whip, whip, whip.
Road, road, road. Orchard, orchard, orchard.
Watermill, watermill, watermill.
Deer, deer, deer.
The next morning, John took me into the yard and gave my coat a good brushing. Just as I was going into my box, with my coat soft and bright, the master came in to look at me and seem pleased. "John," he said, "I meant to try the new horse this morning, but I have other business. You can take him around after breakfast. Go by the common and the highwood, and back by the watermill and the river. That will show how fast he can go." "I will, sir," said John. After breakfast he came and fitted me with a bridle. He was very particular in adjusting the straps. He wanted to fit my head comfortably. Then he brought a saddle, but it was not wide enough for my back. He saw it in a minute and went for another, which fitted nicely. He rode me first slowly, then faster and faster. When we were on the common, he gave me a light touch with his whip, and we had a splendid run. As we came back through the park, we met Mr. Gordon and his wife, who were having a walk. They stopped, and John jumped off. "Well, John, how does he go?" "First rate, sir," answered John. "He's as fast as a deer, and has a fine spirit too. The lightest touch of the rein will guide him. We met one of those travelling carts, and as you know, sir, many horses will not pass those carts quietly. But he just took a good look at it, and then went on as quiet and pleasant as could be. Also, there were some people shooting rabbits near the highwood, and a gun went off close by. He pulled up a little and looked, but did not move a step to right or left. It's my opinion that he has not been frightened or ill-used while he was young." "That's good," said the master. "I will try him myself tomorrow." The next day I was brought up for my master. I remembered my mother's advice and my good old master's, and I tried to do exactly what he wanted me to do. I found he rode on me well, and also showed care for his horse. When he came home, his wife was at the hall door. "Well, my dear," she said, "how do you like him?" "He is exactly what John said," he replied. "A friendly creature I never wish to mount. What shall we call him?" "He is really quite a beauty. And he has such a nice and sweet face and such a fine, intelligent eye. What do you say to calling him Black Beauty?" "Black Beauty. I think that is a very good name." John seemed very proud of me. He used to make the hair on my head and tail almost as smooth as a lady's hair. He would talk to me a great deal. Of course, I did not understand all he said. However, I learned more and more to know what he meant and what he wanted me to do. He was so gentle and kind, and I grew very fond of him. He seemed to know just how a horse felt. When he cleaned me, he knew the tender places and the sensitive places. When he brushed my head, he went carefully over my eyes as if they were his own, and never made me angry. James, the stable boy, was just as gentle and pleasant as John, so I thought myself well off. A few days after this, I had to go out with Ginger in the carriage. I wondered how we would get on together, but she acted very well. She did her work honestly and did her full share. I never wished to have a better partner. After we had been out 2 or 3 times together, we grew quite friendly, which made me feel very much at home. As for Merrylegs, he and I soon became great friends. Our master had 2 other horses in another stable. One was Justice, and the other was Sir Oliver. We were quite happy in our new place. Sometimes we had some free time for a few hours on fine summer Sundays. The carriage never went out on Sundays, so we were all taken out into the home field or the old orchard. The grass was so cool and soft to our feet. The air was so sweet. The freedom to do what we liked was so pleasant. We ran, lay down, rolled over on our backs, and ate a little of the sweet grass. Then it was a very good time for talking, as we stood together under the shade of the large tree.